Well, it's week 5. I'm joined right now by Huni with coverage brought to you by Alienware. Finally get a chance to talk to Huni because unfortunately you guys had a losing streak, but you just broke it by beating Golden Guardians. So how tough was it the past couple of weeks for you?
Toughest in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I was like really stressful that just like losing six games in a row. Like that means like I have never experienced that, but we backed in the game. We bounced back, but actually, the before the let's go back to the week one. The what we were doing it was like really bad. Like I would say my perspective was week one. I thought that we were going to lose that. Like that was like pure luck that we won. Like week one, 2 games in a row. Like we were bad. Like totally, we were like worst team in LCS. But for now, like we actually our screen result being positive right now, and it's being pretty doing well so far in practice. So basically, we play from scream, and if it's just as soon as we pull up to stage that level, like we're gonna be pretty beast. And that was like proof that today was the things that we proved it. Yeah.
I know you want to say Clutch was the worst team in the LCS that first week, but CLG was definitely the worst team in the LCS that week. even CLG told me that. Like I think who was it, Power of Evil or somebody on that team told me they were the worst. Also, I like how you start off by saying it was the worst week in my life, and then you laugh, or the worst couple of weeks in my life, and then you laugh. I mean, were you depressed?
Yeah, at the same time, like I lost a bit like my motivated or like not trusting like a lot, but it's like becomes like and lose a lot of confidence. Like from there was like a lot of bad things, negative things that actually bring up, but there was more thing that being positive. Like we actually catch up that like what we need as a team and keep our motivated is like most important. Even like obviously we may lose a bit like motivated because we're like losing too hard. Like was not even comparable, so that's why like we kind of lost. But like at the same time, we actually learn a lot. Being stressful, man, is like we actually like getting better. Like so, we got better a lot. So it's gonna be like really good for I think playoff if we can actually catch it up. So like for this time, like every single season, I was like really doing like my team was like really doing well in regular season, and then like playoff, we just like got off. Like for this time, it's gonna be like opposite way.
Okay.
Like we messed up regular season, crushed playoff.
Okay, good to know. I like that tactic. You're like, no, it's fine. It's just the opposite this time. Now, what do you think of Hunter T? Because they're in a similar situation to you. They've lost a lot. Bang, obviously, he's got a prestigious career behind him, and perhaps ahead of him. What do you think of Hunter T's situation?
They're also pretty tough situation right now. Like I thought that they're gonna be pretty beast because it's like Afromo was playing real well last year, and who is like one of the like was pretty beast at the like pretty worst team, but like I guess like they're playing like really bad because it's like also it's like they have like more Korean too and probably not communication with it like well. But it's like I'm just assuming it because it's like also my team having like a communication issue a lot since we have 3 Koreans. Like it's pretty bad things, but we just gotta take it like and then we got better on it like a bit as a communication or something.
Yeah. Are you guys speaking or doing shot calling in Korean?
Mostly like I'm pretty like a lot shackling, so like I'm using English a lot, and then like making sure like when it's like I'm talking with Lyra really specific, and when I want to really talk like really fast, then I usually use like Korean. But if it's like just chill, I'm chilling like. I'm gonna back on the turret. Like anyone can understand it. Like those sentences, like I'm just like using English to actually know everyone.
Because I've seen a lot of discussion because Optic apparently had a similar thing people were saying with Crown and Arrow, and I worry for teams communication if like a lot of the shot calling is happening in a language that multiple people don't understand.
Yeah, but I mean, fortunately, I'm able to speak English. So from there's like also I'm like loudest persons in my team, like shot calling as a team. So the from there's I think it's like really fine. Like that's what I feel.
So it's not the communication, the language barrier isn't much of an issue. You're saying.
It used to be, but not probably anymore. But still, there's need to be like working on a lot more things that like besides the meal, like Lyra need to speak up a lot more. Like obviously, Piglet is speaking up more. Is gonna be like will be helpful, like more team, like way better. But like we're still like pretty good at like we're still pretty confident to play with like with those skills. Like we gotta just accept it.
Yeah. Do people get angry and yell at each other behind the scenes?
Which is since.
Like, sorry, like whenever you guys are practicing or whatever, and the cameras aren't rolling, are you guys yelling at each other and screaming at each other?
I mean, sometimes like why not? Like because it's like if someone is like dumbass, it's like that's because our close gaming first rules is like be able to receive the criticism.
Okay.
So we even though we yell each other, we accept the criticism. We say sorry. We say thank you for reviewing. So like from there, the point is like even though we yell each other, we don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Like we don't like get like criticism offended. So yell each other.
Yeah. What if I told you you can provide criticism without yelling?
I mean, if we don't yell, he's not able to be accept the criticisms.
So what you just said, the first rule of clutch is to be able to accept criticism. It's not only be able to accept criticism whenever they're yelling, it's accept criticism whenever.
Hopefully.
Okay. I just worry that you guys all want to kill each other behind the scenes.
No worry about it. No worry about it. Like we are be able to accept the criticism from there. It's like we don't get mad.
Okay.
Like first, that's the first rules. Like just say something, no mad. Be able to receive.
Yelling sounds mad.
Not really.
Okay. Because I've never like, I'm trying to think of a situation. I'm never like, hey, I think those pants don't match the shirt very well. You know, I'm not yelling. It would just be like, hey, I think your pants don't match the shirt. You know, or like, oh, I don't think that. Yelling sounds mad.
I mean, we usually use a yell like when they're not able to receive the criticism.
Okay.
It makes sense. Like when they're like trying to like being offended. Hey, don't be offended. You should have done this shit. Then it's like
Okay.
makes sense.
Yes. Yes. I'm still not sold on it, but I appreciate. I get it. Is there anything you want to say to any of the Clutch fans out there?
Thank you. Probably. I hope my team is gonna be able to receive the criticism until finish the League of Legends.
Me too. Thank you so much, Huni. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Hey, don't click away. I know it's the end of the video. Don't click away. I know that you're like hitting. There's another clip somewhere that you're gonna click. Don't. All right, because I gotta tell you about my sponsor, Alienware. They sponsor everything I'm doing this year. You can check out the link in the description. It's super helpful. By the way, U.GG, they're generously supplying stats for a bunch of these videos, so be sure to check them out as well. There's a link down there as well. And also, you know, while we're just full sellout in this outro, you can go check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/Travis Gafford. If you give me a follow there, it's very helpful, and you can even Twitch Prime. And once you've completed all 3 of those activities, you'll be allowed to enter heaven.